Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to the Lady Beaverbrook Gymnasium here in Fredericton, New Brunswick. Beautiful day outside. Pretty good basketball action inside today as well. Brandon Salek, I'm Bill Gibson. We're here for the ACAA Basketball Championships. First three games of the day have not been particularly close. This one, I'm expecting a much different affair here. This is the 4-5 game on the men's side, number 4 MSVU. 12-6 on the season. That tied them with Crandall, but they lost the tiebreak to drop them down into the 4 seed. Mount Allison, 5th seed at 9-9. So we have one semifinal matchup set. It will be Crandall taking on Holland College. The winner here gets the first place and nationally 7th ranked St. Thomas Tommies. That'll be the 5 p.m. game tomorrow. Crandall and Holland go at 7 tomorrow evening. Season series 3-0 in favor of the Mystics in this one. They've all been about 10 points or so. Just wait here for the in-house PA announcer, and then we'll turn it over to him for the starting lineups. Any early thoughts on this one, Brandon?
Oh yeah, I think we need to address the elephants in the room. And when I say elephants, I mean gargantuan players. You're talking about Noah McCarthy coming up against Will Spaulding. You have McCarthy, who's averaged 21 points a game this season. Outstanding offensive efforts from him. And then we have Will Spaulding, who has excellent memories at this very arena here at Lady Beaverbrook. So it's going to be, I think this is going to be the best game we've watched for the day. And I think hopefully it's the closest one that we've seen so far.
Yeah, Spaulding is indeed 5th in the conference at 17.6 points. As you mentioned, McCarthy first at 21. McCarthy, I believe, 5th in the nation in scoring. Noah has been nursing injuries, though, hasn't played the last 3 weeks. And neither has starting backcourt mate Minwoo Park. We'll turn it over now to the PA address announcer for the pregame festivities.
ACAA men's and women's basketball championships and our second men's quarterfinal game between the MSVU Mystics of Halifax and the Mount Allison Mounties of Sackville. We do acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Wolastoqiyik, whose ancestors, along with the Micmac and Passamaquoddy nations, signed peace and friendship treaties with the British Crown. And now here are the start. And now we're going to start off with the national anthem. And now to introduce the starting lineup for the Mount Allison Mounties, the visitors on the scoreboard. Number 2, Minwoo Park. Number 5, the league's leading scorer, Noah McCarthy. Number 6, Jonas Monroe. Number 14, Miles Haynes Lacey. And number 22, Tim Ellison. The head coach of the Mount Allison Mounties is Steve Chapman. And now, the starting lineup for the home team on the board, the Mount St. Vincent University Mystics. Number 6, Ty Murnahan. Number 7, Isaac Matheson. Number 13, Will Spalding. Number 23, Tario Sands. And finally, number 24, Jackson Smith. The head coach of MSVU is Benny DePalma. Now the officials for today's contest are Jimmy D. Richard, Matt Whipple, and crew chief Justin Rocky.
All right, we are set for tip. Pre-game festivities are in. Big size mismatch here off the tip. 6'4", 10-inch Tim Ellison against Terrio Sands. Sands at 6'2". Sands can jump. The Mounties in the dark uniforms, the garnet and gold. The Mystics wearing the Columbia Blues today. Sands out-jumped Ellison, but Ellison had the height. Underway in this one, possession Mounties. That's Monroe for Haynes Lacey into the post for Ellison. Ellison with the first 2 points of the game. That should be in there a lot for Mount Allison. Spalding for Sands. Sands on the drive against Ellison. Sands, little slip on the floor. Loses the handle out of bounds. That goes over to Mount Allison. Haynes Lacey, a little bit of pressure from the Mystics to open this one up. Monroe for Park. Park also has been nursing some injuries here for Mount Allison. They really haven't been healthy most of the year. Allison shoots out enough from outside just to make you honest on him. He can make those. Spalding against Park. Spalding dishes. Pass inside to from Murnahan. Now back out for Spalding. 5 to shoot. Spalding no rim. Sands gets it up. That one does find rim. Allison corrals the carom. And it's over to Minwoo Park. Monroe guarded by Murnahan. That's McCarthy. He misses the jump shot. Sands goes right at Ellison. Traveling violation on Will Spalding.
I know we spoke about the matchup between McCarthy and Will Spalding, but I think another key element of this game is going to be the performances of Jackson Smith and Minwoo Park, two players who will definitely join the ride for either McCarthy or Spalding.
Yeah, certainly Jackson Smith capable of taking over, and from a scoring perspective. Ellison on the rebound again. He's having a good start on the boards. Ellison, a couple rebounds and a couple points. In fact, the only 2 points. Park hit by Sands on the way through. Mystics, defending champions. They beat the Tommies right here on this floor last year. Inbound for Monroe. Picked up by Sands off the floor. Sands for Smith. Behind the back pass for Spalding. Spalding backs in McCarthy. Good defense there by McCarthy. Murnahan outside. Shot knocked in by Isaac Matheson. That's a 3. Park for Haynes Lacey. Over for Minwoo Park.
Does well to get out of that.
McCarthy fakes the 3, steps in. Looks to take the little runner there. Ahead for Murnahan. Back for Sands. Off of Will Spalding. That's going to be an inbounds pass for Mount Allison in the front court. 3-2 MSVU in the early going.
If looks could kill that glare that Spalding put over the Tario Sands there. Did not look pleased with that pass.
Ellison on the catch. Good work by Sands to force him outside. 7 on the shot clock. Ellison takes the 3, makes the 3. Tim Ellison shoots that about 30% from outside. Have to respect that shot and get out on him. Nice take by Ty Murnahan. Murnahan, 58% field goal shooter. Doesn't take very many at all from outside. In fact, only 9 attempts from 3 on the year from Murnahan. It's the one thing about this Mystics team. They all seem to play to their strengths. When you look at their stats, you notice there's a few players who rarely shoot from outside and others who take a larger number of their shots.
We have Tario Sands coming out and Keegan Ferron.
The Mystics, the #1 field goal percentage team in the conference, second in three-point percentage. You can see how that plays to their favor, getting the shots that they want and only taking the shots that they want. Haynes Lacey back for McCarthy. McCarthy is going to play point in direct traffic. Back to Park. Park puts up the deep ball, front rim. Rebound Smith. Ahead for Murnahan. Back for Matheson. Spalding, 3.
That's good.
See a great release here from Spalding on that three-pointer. Knocked away by Fearon. Spalding, another 3. That one no good, but Fearon on the offensive glass.
A very guilty look on Noah McCarthy's face there.
Watch for this McCarthy on the curl here. Ball going back to McCarthy for 3. Offensive foul called. Hit to the head there called on Ellison on the offensive foul. Some of the fans here not in agreement with that call. Second team foul on the Mounties. Murnahan against Hans Lacey to the cutting Fearon. Missed the layup. Monroe bothered him just at the last moment.
Oh, McCarthy stripped.
Yeah, taken away by Murnahan. McCarthy showing a little bit of rust here. Foul called. On the offensive side, subs in. Daniel Aduna, 5'9" guard in his 4th year out of Toronto and Victoria Park Collegiate. Checks in for Mount A. That foul is going to go on Ty Murnahan. His first, team second. Timeout Mystics. Thoughts on the start, Brandon?
Well, I'll say it's a lot more competitive than the last game that we watched, and it's only been about 3 minutes so far. But as you can see, I'm very surprised the way that Mount A has come out. Ellison has been looking like they're trying to get him the ball as much as possible early on, and I think he's been doing a really good job. And Will Spalding looked like he's ready for a big evening today.
Yeah, Ellison certainly has had size advantage. Now they come back with Fearon here. Fearon at 6'7", go up against the 6'10" Ellison. Adds a little bit more size to the Mystics lineup. The Mystics, of course, graduated a lot of their forward line last year from that championship team. They've been very good this year. In fact, maybe a little better than I gave them credit for off the top of the season. Extremely well coached are the Mystics, as are all the teams in this league. Extremely well coached. Coach DePalma has them playing pretty well. And what a magical run they went on last year.
Yeah, what a Cinderella story that was.
Good, incredible Cinderella run for the Mystics. Park off glass for 2. Cuts the lead to 1.
So all the players that we've highlighted so far have gotten into the game so far, apart from Jackson Smith. So he's the last one of our ones to watch.
There's Spalding for 3.
He's feeling it today.
Spalding 2 for 4 from deep now, 6 points. Jonas Monroe short on the three-pointer. That's number 24, Rashawn Ferguson, who's checked in for Mount Allison. Ferguson in for Ellison. Ferguson out of Nassau, Bahamas, 6'6" at a Victory Rock Prep. I know Rashawn has a number of family members watching along online. They always are watching. Shout out to those in the south. About 6 inches of snow here overnight. Sure you didn't have that in the Bahamas. To have a plane ticket down there for next week would be quite nice right about now. It's about a meter of snow here still on the ground to melt away in the capital city.
Monahan misses that first free throw.
Monahan misses both. That's Ferguson on the rebound. Ferguson, an extremely lively jumper, really quick on the second jump.
Into the game now for the Mariners is number 10, Brian.
A little different look on the pressure here from Mount Allison. Connor Briand.
That's a great tip from Monahan.
Ahead, nice high step there from Matheson.
Oh, and that's number 7, Isaac Matheson with the clean girl step in the lane.
Park hands off to Monroe. Monroe with the dribble. 13 on the shot. For Aduna. Now 5 to shoot.
Well, that's good defensive.
Murnahan with the knockaway and the takeaway. Murnahan ahead for Matheson.
What a
Matheson,
smart.
nice hesitation to score.
Good hesitation to sell both defenders there. Oh.
Ferguson on the drive. He's going to pick up the foul.
He'll go to the line for 2.
Foul goes on 24. That's Jackson Smith, his first, team's third. McCarthy set to check in at the first opportunity. Ferguson, 50% free throw shooter on the line. Set the lineups here for the Mystics. 23 is Sands, 13 is Spalding. 4 is Adam Callahan, who's just checked in.
Did you say 50% free throw shooting?
Correct, yes. 5 is Colpitts.
Ferguson certainly didn't look like a 50%.
And 23 is Cario Sands. Sands there from 18 feet with the pivot. Draws the foul on Rashawn Ferguson. Sands really plays a little undersized. Sands out of the Bahamas himself. Good representation here from Bahamas in this one. Spalding on the miss, rebound Ferguson for McCarthy.
Spalding's looking to pick up McCarthy as often as he can.
Adunya for Monroe. Looking into the post for Ferguson.
Big ball.
Have a sub here, Tim Ellison will check in for Ferguson. Ferguson to the bench with 2 quick fouls. Ellison in the post catch, 3 to shoot. Ellison missed off the rim, rebound Spalding. At 15-9, it's the Mystics into the front court. Make it 17-9.
Ellison had his back to into Spalding. He had no idea where he was.
Someone's got to stop Spalding. That's too easy to the rim. McCarthy with a tougher time draws a foul against Callahan. Callahan, a great three-point shooter, over 50% on the season. Second-year guard out of Sydney. Jack Forward checks in. Forward, 6'3" forward in the second year out of Bedford for the Mystics. McCarthy on the line. McCarthy's stat line, 21 points. A little over 4 rebounds. Couple assists a game. 76% shooter from deep on the regular season. That's McCarthy's stats. Inwood Park set to check in. The next chance. Sands inside. Callahan baseline kick for Forward. Forward front rim, Monroe. Corrals the rebound and now Monroe forward. The ball is out of bounds. Park in for Monroe. McLean checks in for the Mystics. McLean, 5'11" guard in his third year out of Halifax. Park, like McCarthy, graduated out of Fredericton High. McCarthy, he started his high school career in Grand Falls. Ellison fights for the loose ball. Finally Park out of the pack. McCarthy, good defensive get back and nice cut. Beautiful delivery. Connor Brienne with the finish. Noah McCarthy with the dish over the shoulder. That's Cole Pitts. Sands. McLean. Shot missed. Rebound Brienne. 54 seconds to go, quarter one. McCarthy. Oh, I thought we were going to have a 2-point game there. Instead, it's a rebound to MSVU. Cole Pitts to the cutting McLean. Kick to the corner forward. That three-pointer rattles through. MSVU +7. 35 to go in the quarter. Park on the drive. Rebound to forward. Mounties need to stop here. Sands underneath, blocked by Brienne. What a turnaround it would be here if the Mounties can get a score here in the hands of McCarthy. That's who they want with the clock short, is Noah McCarthy.
A 5.
3 to shoot. McCarthy, step back three-pointer. It doesn't go down for Noah McCarthy and the Mount Allison Mounties into the first quarter. Defending champion, MSVU Mystics 20, Mount Allison Mounties 13.
And that quarter has just flown by. It's almost as if we didn't need to look at the scoreboard to know it was a close game.
Indeed, for sure. A little quick look at the stats here in terms of the shooting. It is the Mounties, 5 of 16 for 31%, 1 of 5 from deep, 2 of 2 from the line. The Mystics, a little bit better, 7 of 16 for 44%, 4 of 6 from deep. That's your big difference in the game right there, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Turnovers, 6 each. Rebounds, the Mystics, a few more. You know, that was one of the concerns for Coach De Palma, keeping Mount A off the offensive glass. Right now, the Mounties with 0 offensive rebounds. They are the best offensive rebounding team in the conference in the regular season, none in the quarter. Scores from your first quarter, Tim Ellison with 5, Noah McCarthy 4, Park and Brienne 2 each for the Mounties. For the Mystics, Spalding 3 of 5 shooting, 2 of 4 from deep. Total of 8 points. Isaac Matheson 5, forward 3, Murnahan 2, and Jackson Smith with the single. Ontario Sands, no points, does have 3 rebounds. And really the only foul trouble to speak of is the reserve forward for Mount Allison, picked up 2, Rashawn Ferguson.
I think the most ideal thing happened for MSVU in that in that quarter. Tim Ellison taking 4 shots and Noah McCarthy also missing 4 shots. So if you can get the ball out of McCarthy's hands as much as possible and force him to miss a larger percentage of his shots, as a recipe for success.
Yeah, McCarthy, after not playing for a few weeks here, getting back into rhythm. Certainly not surprised. He had a few misses there in that first quarter. Fearon for McLean.
A lot of contact there.
Out of bounds off Mount A. Fearon, McLean, forward. Colpitts and Jackson Smith start quarter two for Mount St. Vincent. For the Mounties, it's Aduna, Park, Briand, Ellison, and McCarthy. Offensive foul called there. It's going to go on number 5, Campbell Colpitts. Park to the front court. Adunia for 3, makes a 3. 4-point game.
Number 3, Emmanuel Adunia drained the triple.
Adunia out of Toronto, as mentioned earlier. Fearon for Colpitts. Colpitts against Park. Minwoo with the takeaway underneath. Long pass ahead for Adunia. He corrals the ball and brings it back out. Thinks, well, let's just run some offense. Ellison again misses the three-pointer. Like that 1 for 3 for deep from Tim Ellison.
Will
Spalding,
Spalding
yeah, back in.
Number 13, Will Spalding.
Colpitts against Adunia. A little too strong for forward. Through the fingers and out of bounds. Callahan in for Colpitts. Park for McCarthy. 3
That's
points,
good.
Noah McCarthy. That's silk. And it's a 1-point game, 2019.
Noah McCarthy.
Good start to the quarter here,
That's
6-0. Make it 6-2. Start to the quarter.
Number 20, Deacon
Fearon on the make. Park for Ellison. Ellison against Fearon. Fancy footwork there from Ellison, but good defense by Fearon. Ellison is going to get an unsportsmanlike foul after the play with the push down. It's going to be Ellison's second. That's a big foul. Just not a smart play there for Tim Ellison.
Yeah, with Richardson
On
on
that.
2 fouls as well.
Didn't look like a whole lot after the play, but it was enough to get the official's attention when he's standing right in front of you. So this will be 1 in possession, sends Spalding to the line where he's a 91% free throw shooter.
I'll call out the commentators, Chris.
Did indeed have the wrong shooter. It was Fearon at the other end.
Can you hear the Mount A coach berating the refs?
Yep, smart move there by
Spalding is just making it look too easy.
MSVU. Smart move to send the shooter to the lane, and Coach Chapman having a little discussion with the official here on the sideline about who shot that last play. Too late now to correct it. It's going to be a foul on Callahan. Up off the bench is Matheson. He'll come in for Adam Callahan. Callahan a little smirk as he goes by the scorer's table there.
Number 7, Isaac Matheson.
McCarthy for Monroe. Monroe and Ellison needs to help McCarthy with the scoring in this one. Kicked outside Adunia. Makes a 3.
That's good.
And walking down the corner, number 3, Emmanuel Adunia.
Spalding's turn to answer.
Spalding gets up in the air, has to pass. Murnahan gets right to the rim. Stripped underneath on the second attempt by Adunia. Out of bounds off of Park. Subs in, Tario Sands. Tario Sands in here. 7:18 to go. Mystics +4 and the ball. Jackson Smith with a three-pointer on the run.
That's his first shot of the game, and he makes a 3 on the first shot.
Great replay there. Izzy Smith with the catch and quick release. McCarthy whirling Dervis off 1 foot, scores 2.
And fading away from the mid-range with number 5, Noah McCarthy.
Spalding on the drive, knocked away.
Spalding. Mount A ball. Spalding stepped out.
Miles Haynes Lacey checks in.
And now coming in for
Adunya out.
is number 14, Miles Haynes Lacey.
McCarthy in the backcourt. Pressure from the Mystics. Over for McCarthy, up for Monroe. Monroe on the drive. Back outside for McCarthy. Under 10 on the shot clock. Park has it knocked away. Spalding on the takeaway.
Smith.
For Smith. Maybe a travel there. An offensive foul called on Jackson Smith. That's a big call. That's going to be the first foul on Smith. Colpitts.
The Mount A fans are loving it.
Got 2 up on the board. There's only 1 on the online stats that I'm following here. We're going to go with 2 because I think it actually is 2. Scorebook takes precedence over the stats. Inside, good hesitation by Monroe, and he scores 2.
Oh, and that is back from the low post to number 6, Jonas Monroe.
Oh, that's a lovely.
Murnahan scores off 2.
Number 6, Todd Murnahan.
Park to the front court. 5-point lead for the Mystics. Haynes Lacey looks for Park on the baseline. 5 to shoot. Park backs down Spalding. Spalding is going to get called on the reach. Spalding doesn't agree. A little yapping to the official there after. He's saying, I want that on the other end.
Yeah, the official called it immediately. It looked like a foul.
Minwoo Park to the line. Park, another good free throw shooter, over 70%. Park to shoot 1. Makes it a 3-point game with the conversion.
Number 2, Minwoo Park.
Spalding for Sands. Sands against Monroe. Pass outside. Colpitts on the miss. Rebound Briand. Horns probably too high post here. Monroe short on the 3-pointer. Rebound Colpitts. Campbell Colpitts directs traffic, gives it to Will Spalding. Spalding against Miles Haynes Lacey. Spalding jump shot 18 feet, rims out. Sands on the offensive glass. Timeout Mount Allison with 4:41 to go here in the quarter. You see Terrio Sands work the offensive glass, gets out the Windex, and then puts it back up for 2 points.
And the time is called by the visiting Mount A Panthers. And for students, don't forget to scan the QR codes for prizes this weekend for an exclusive chance to win 1 in 4 amazing prizes.
Action earlier today, it was St. Thomas punching their ticket with a win over the UKC on the women's side. They'll play Mount A in the 1 p.m. game tomorrow. That will be a 1-4 matchup. in the women's, and MSVU over Crandall. They were both about 20-point games. MSVU will play at 3 on the women's side against Holland College. And Crandall took out UKC on the men's side. They'll play the number 2 team, Holland College, at 7 tomorrow evening. And that's number 1 team in the conference and number 7 in the country, St. Thomas Tommies. They'll play at 5 tomorrow. They'll take on the winner of this 4-5 matchup here. And it's a tight one, 33-28. 4:41 to go here, first half. Entertaining game thus far. As we expected, Will Spalding with 12 and Noah McCarthy with 9 lead their respective teams.
I think what shocked me so far is that I think Jackson Smith has only got off 1 shot for the entire half so far, which I find extremely surprising.
McCarthy is going to like that matchup against Colpitts, back for Monroe. There's Monroe with the 3.
Another assist for Noah McCarthy.
Mounties going to need Monroe to provide some scoring. Spalding with the miss for McCarthy. Mounties can tie with a 2 here. Brienne. Monroe blocked on the 3-point attempt. Now Brienne will put one up. That one was wide and long.
Oh, that's
blocking call called as Isaac Matheson attacks the tin. It's going to go on Briand on the block.
lovely.
McLean checks in for Colpitts. Matheson short on the first free throw. A little strong on the second, but the putback is good from Spalding.
And he gets an and one.
Yeah, the and one. This is going to be a foul on Monroe. Will be Monroe's first. Give Spalding 14. Chance for 15 here in the first half.
Finishing its 3-point play.
5-point game once again. McCarthy wanted the foul in the backcourt, didn't get it.
That's a good pass.
Now for Haynes Lacey. Jonas Monroe has Haynes Lacey in the corner. Instead, it's around to McCarthy. Uses a Monroe screen, 5 to shoot. McCarthy.
That's a foul as well.
Just put Sands on roller skates. The Sands fouled on the closeout after he recovered. Go, Gadget roller skates.
That's an excellent move from McCarthy just to create some separation between him and Sands in order to get the shot off. Sands just a little late and coming on to contest.
Sands will check out. McCarthy to the line. He'll get 3. Miss on that one. Make on the second for McCarthy. Good on the third, 2 of 3 for Noah. Simon Tector checks in. Tector, 6-foot guard in his second year out of Halifax in the Halifax Fury program. Spalding elevates again. Taken away by McCarthy on the rebound for Haynes Lacey. Haynes Lacey drives right to the bucket and he gets 2 points.
And that's number 14, Miles Haynes Lacey, getting 2 points to paint.
Oh, what a move.
Nice move there by Isaac Matheson. 3-point game again. McCarthy gets contact from Matheson, goes right at the bucket.
And still.
No, McCarthy scores 2. McCarthy looking for a foul call. McCarthy intense. One of the best trash talkers, I would say, as well.
Oh, and Will Spalding with the and one again.
Basket counts, foul goes on Tector. Gives Spalding 17.
Up to his season average already. We haven't even completed the first half.
Now 18 for Spalding.
And it's Spalding knocking down his contract.
McCarthy for Haynes Lacey.
Good ball movement.
Nice ball movement. Monroe with the finish. 2-point game, 41-39. 2.5 to go here, first half. Matheson for Murnahan.
Oh.
Murnahan, a couple reverse dribbles, and he gets right to the bucket for 2. Connor Briand has got to do a little better job on defense there. Minwoo Park quickly off the bench. We'll check in at the next chance. Monroe shoots the 3, makes the 3. 1-point game with 2:06 to go. There you see the silky release of Jonas Monroe. Simon Tector with the deflection out of bounds. Minwoo Park waved into the game. 4 Miles Haynes Lacey. 14 on the shot clock. Matheson inbounds for the hot hand Spalding. Spalding spins. Spalding 2 more. Give him 20.
He's got 20 in the first half.
McCarthy looks to answer with 3, and he does.
He's tied the game.
.45 up, 1.5 to go, first half.
Spalding.
Spalding with a little heat check shot there, rebound Monroe. Now McCarthy.
Being guarded by
drive.
Smith. Smith fouls him.
It's going to be a foul on Jackson Smith. Smith says, I didn't touch him. Can't believe that's on me. Adunia checks in for Briand. Colpitch checks in for Jackson Smith, who just picked up his 3rd. Important foul there for Jackson Smith. Again, I will say the online stats do have him only for 2, but the score sheet is correct. So there's a differential there somewhere. McCarthy again, 2 for 2 from the line, and Mount A's up by 2 with 1:15 to go in this quarter. Give McCarthy 18.
Three-quarter, no touches.
McCarthy with 18, Spalding with 20. They're both running the show right now.
Spalding for Matheson. Murnahan has it knocked away by Briand, but it's Briand who it's last out off of. Official on top of that one. Fearon for Spalding. 5 to shoot. Spalding on the drive.
And that's a foul.
Fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul goes on Minwoo Park. Spalding now 4 of 5 from the line. Spalding inspired here, having a game. Under a minute to go in the half. McCarthy with a slip on the far side on a wet spot. It's going to be a Spalding foul. It's going to be his 2nd. Team over the limit, and Park
Gonna shoot free throw.
will go to the line to shoot for the lead. Great look there of Minwoo Park. Park almost 10 points, over 4 rebounds and 4.5 assists a game for Mount Allison. The veteran out of Fredericton High knocks down 2 free throws. Haynes Lacey checks in for Briand. Briand, a nice looking little scratch there on the shoulder coming off. Pretty fresh looking. Fearon Matheson might have got away with a walk. Knocked out by Haynes Lacey. Miles Haynes Lacey, 6'4" forward, another product of the Fredericton High system. Started covering Miles when he was on John Rice's JV Black Cat team.
Out by Minwoo Park there, preventing Spaulding from getting his hands on the ball.
9 on the shot clock. Good defense here from Mount A. Atmosphere certainly picking up in this tight game. Spaulding, 3
And
points.
he does it again. He does it again.
1 point game.
Number 13, Will Spaulding.
Shot clock is off. Mounties can play for the last shot of the half.
And it's in the hands of McCarthy. The man
You
who
can
won
bet
the
he's
ball.
going to want to keep it for most of this clock. Noah McCarthy wants this shot. McCarthy
Gives it up.
for Monroe. Monroe for 3.
Oh, air ball.
Monroe misses,
Well done by
but
Minwoo
put
Park.
back up by Miles Haynes Lacey. So we come to the end of the first half. Mounties can't get anything on that last trip. It will be 50-49 in favor of MSVU. 15 on the game clock here for halftime. Brandon, any comment you want to make before we wrap up here for the half?
Oh, I think this has been an excellent game. It's all everything that I expected and more. McCarthy versus Spaulding, going back and forth, providing assists, scoring 25 points for Spaulding, 18 points for McCarthy. Oh, I think we're in store for a hell of a second half.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great second half coming up here. Folks, for Brandon Salick, I'm Bill Gibson. Come on back. In about 14 minutes for the second half. Actually, come back a couple minutes before that. We'll give you a full rundown of the stats from the first half here. This 4-5 men's quarterfinal, ACAA championship tournament here in Fredericton. Big weekend of sports here on ACAA.tv.
When I first got to Stu, I was so nervous. I was like, am I gonna meet new people? Like, am I gonna be able to make new friends? Like, it's a really scary feeling when you jump out of your comfort zone, but it's really, really surprising how fast it becomes home. And I think one of the biggest reasons why it became home for me is because I made it home.
I came here to Stu, never been to Canada before. I was very scared. It was very challenging for me, but I was hopeful and I was so excited to come here and I felt so welcomed and I didn't expect that.
It's the one place that I am free to fully be who I am, embrace that person, never hide, and I don't think that would happen without the community that we have here.
I found that really small class sizes really helped in my learning because I was able to connect with the professor and I was able to connect with my peers even more.
You can actually get to know people in your class as opposed to a 300-person class where you just walk in and you walk out and you hope that, I don't know, you hope that maybe one person will give you the notes one day if you miss class. I know in my classes, there's been 3 people I've missed one class and they all reached out and gave me notes. People genuinely care and like they want you to do well here. And I think that's what differentiates Stu from other universities.
There's all different kinds of things that you can get yourself involved in that will make you feel like more welcome and will make your experience at Stu more well-rounded.
Most of the initiatives that are happening on campus and the ways to get involved are student-led. So you're a student working with students to create a better student experience. So that's what we mean when we say that Stu has that very strong, tight-knit community, is everything that we have here is community-driven, and there's nothing more rewarding than knowing that the work that you're doing is going directly back to the community that supports you.
I'm obsessed with criminology. Currently I'm taking a course called Wrongful Convictions, which is basically what I want to do with my life is work with wrongful conviction cases. Even in picking Stu, like I knew that there was religious studies and, you know, a bunch of history courses. And although like that didn't immediately interest me in the moment, I ended up taking a law, politics, and society course in my first year and I loved it. So there's definitely courses that you wouldn't expect to love, but you end up loving anyway. So I think it's really good to sort of go out of your comfort zone and maybe pick a couple of those courses that you wouldn't think you'd like, but just to give them a shot anyway.
I would say that if you're passionate about social issues, if you want to make a change in the world, if you want to be prepared to make that change in the world, Stu is the right fit for you. I felt like all my values and all my aspirations in life and who I am as a person really connected and aligned with Stu.
There's a lot of different ways to make Stu your home, and you'll be able to find that because I know I did.
It feels like that long-awaited university experience that everyone was always talking about.
Good evening, fans, and welcome back to Lady Beaver Rook here in Fredericton. I'm Bill Gibson, be joined momentarily by Brandon Salick. Men's quarterfinals here in the ACAA Championships. We are in a barn burner. 50-49 in favor of defending champion Mount St. Vincent. Quick look at the stats from the first half. Mount Allison, 16 of 35 for 46%, 7 of 17 from deep for 41, 10 of 11 from the line for 91%. The Mystics, they're 50 points, 18 of 33, that's 55%. 7 of 10 for deep for 70. I could do that math in my head. And 7 of 11 for 64% for free throws. Turnovers, the Mystics have committed 3 more, 10-7. All other stats are pretty close. Rebounding, slight edge to the Mystics. In terms of scoring, the two leaders that we thought we would get, we got them. Mount Allison McCarthy, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Jonas Monroe, 10. Minwoo Park, 6. Adunia, 6. Tim Ellison with 5. Brianne, 2. Haynes Lacey, 2. And leading the game and putting together one heck of an afternoon and early evening, Will Spalding, 25 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Isaac Matheson, 8 points. Ty Murnahan, 6. Jackson Smith, 4. Jack Forward, 3. Keegan Fearon, 2. And Terrio Sands, 2. In terms of foul trouble, Tim Ellison has 2. Rashawn Ferguson has 2. So the 2 true big men for Mount A, each with 2. On the Mystic side, Spalding, Smith, Sands, and Callahan all have 2 fouls. Actually, I think somebody here, maybe Jackson Smith, has 3. 2 on the online stats. I think it's 3 on the scorebook. I meant to ask the stats people at half to confirm that for us. Maybe Brandon can run down the scorers bench here and check that out as we get set to start the second half. For the Mounties, it is Ellison, Haynes Lacey, McCarthy, Park, and Monroe will be Mounties ball. To start the half for the Mystics, it's Murnahan, Spalding, Matheson, Smith, and Sands. We are set to go. What you find out?
The official scorer table has it as 3 fouls.
Okay. So we will know.
Good eyes there.
Yeah, that the online stats only has it as 2 for Jackson Smith. He does have 3 in the official book.
Yeah, so out here we have Ellison starting again. Smith, McCarthy.
Rebound taken away there for...
First shot by Haynes Lacey.
Yeah, Matheson on the rebound.
Oh, Minwoo Park almost got onto that. Spalding trying to carry on from 25.
Rebound for Tim Ellison. Ellison to Park. Park carries to the front court. Back for Ellison. There's Monroe. Monroe's going to have to provide some scoring this half for the Mounties, I think. A little bit more than he did in the first half.
That's too easy for him.
Mounties +1. Sands stopped by Ellison. That's Murnahan. Murnahan on the drive. Looks for Sands inside. Sands is slippery when he gets in the paint. Coming out of the pack is Monroe. Monroe for Haynes Lacey. Back for Park. Park fakes Spalding. Baseline jump shot, left it short. McCarthy on the putback, doesn't go.
Misses.
Ellison off glass for 2 on the offensive end.
Ellison just getting the better of Jackson Smith there. A huge size mismatch there.
Now Spalding.
Here's Jackson Smith.
Yeah, for Smith. And Matheson. Matheson for Murnahan. Jonas Monroe with the jump in, but Smith corrals and shoots the 3. Rebound Ellison. Had a Murnahan hand in the face there on the rebound. The 3-point lead. It's the Mounties to the front court for Park. Park fouled from behind. It's going to go on Sands.
Yeah, they set a push.
Yeah, called a push. Actually, they've got first foul on 7 up on the board. That would be Matheson. Haynes Lacey can't get it to go. Rebound for Sands.
That's good D from Spalding, but that's
Haynes
not a good
Lacey
pass.
with the take back.
Oh, that's a good steal.
And
from
Sands
correcting
takes
his
it right
mistake.
back. Now on the drive and spin is Matheson. Matheson gets it to go. Park into the front court. Minwoo Park, Jonas Monroe. Ellison back up top for Monroe. Short on the three, but it's Park on the rebound. Park.
Tough shot, and he's going to shoot 2.
That's going to go on number 7, Isaac Matheson. Terrio Sands says, I want that same call at the other end. Why aren't we getting it?
Yeah, Sands looks extremely upset with that call.
Fourth-year player Park played U Sport level with Dalhousie before moving over to Mount A. Good on the second for a 3-point lead for Mount Allison, 55-52. Terrio Sands against Tim Ellison.
Oh, that's a tough shot. He doesn't get it past.
Yeah, blocked by Ellison. Inside for Ellison.
Ooh, can't keep the handle there.
Yeah, Jackson Smith lucky there. He didn't get caught with the body underneath of Ellison.
Yeah.
Pass, though, I believe, was too tough to handle regardless of any contact.
Ellison always seems to be in the advantageous position. And he's going towards the rim.
Inside for Sands.
Tipped away.
Kicks it back out. Smith. Stop. Shot. Rebound Monroe. McCarthy with the offensive foul.
Great work from Jackson Smith to stand up and take that.
Yeah, that's a brave play there by Jackson Smith. Another foul would be extremely detrimental to the Mystics' cause on Jackson Smith. Keegan Fearon subs in for the Mystics. Mystic men looking to join the Mystic women in the semifinals. Spalding against Park. Spalding on the drive.
To the rim.
He finishes over Tim Ellison. Spalding his first 2 points of the second half. McCarthy. He can't finish the reverse. Monroe on the offensive glass.
Spalding emerges
but
with the
it's
ball.
Spalding that gets the ball out of the pack.
Did Park foul Spalding?
Coach De Palma wanted the unsportsmanlike. Instead, it will just be inbounded in the backcourt with the Mystics down 1.
Park picking up Spalding at half court.
Spalding uses the Fearon screen. Now the back
that's a
to
lovely
Fearon.
pass to Fearon. Quick thinking from Will Spalding.
Park for Allison. Haynes Lacey for 3.
That's a good shot. Mount A fans like that one.
Smith outside for Murnahan. Murnahan back for Smith. 3-pointer, front rim. Taken away by Monroe. Monroe keeps the handle alive now for Park. Park on the spin.
That's a good pass there.
Cutting Ellison, and he lays it up for 2. There you see Ellison on the quick cut. Just backdoors Fearon. 60-56. Mounties. That one's over here behind us somewhere. Out off a leg.
I hope they pay me for that.
Adunia waved in. I'm going to say that's not a kick, so not a reset on the shot clock.
Nice.
Coach De Palma
See how MSVU go about these 10 seconds.
Yeah, not agree on that one. Spalding. Backs in, nice cut.
That's a lovely pass.
Murnahan on the cut, couldn't get the finish. Fearon on the rebound. Called in the cylinder. Called basket interference.
Yeah. That's not something we see every day here in the ACAA.
Sub not allowed in there on that call. Don't think the table saw them. They're right here to my right. Monroe for Haynes Lacey. That's McCarthy.
McCarthy trying to create
He's
that
got room.
separation. Oh, just
Monroe on the offensive rebound. That three no good. Finally, Smith on the rebound. That foul goes on Keegan Fearon. Connor Briand in for Miles Haynes Lacey.
McCarthy inbounds quickly.
Monroe on the catch for Adunya. Adunya stops, pops, 13-footer rattles through.
Soft touch there from Adunya.
And pulling up the mid-range is number 3, Emmanuel Adunya.
Rashawn Ferguson will be set to check
Jackson
back in
Smith.
here.
Oh,
Smith
he's
bothered
lost
by
it.
Adunya, taken away. Monroe out of the pack. Monroe
Looking for
for
Adunya.
Adunya for three.
Oh, that's good.
65-58.
That is pure. And MSVU call timeout.
Timeout Mystics. There you see, great replay again from the crew at Aurora Productions.
Mount A have their largest lead of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that is correct. The Mounties are feeling it. And it really has been the secondary scoring that's been helping here. McCarthy only has 2 points this half. This quarter thus far, 16-8 in favor of Mount Allison. McCarthy with only 2 of those 16 points. Adunya has 11 on the game. Monroe has 10. Ellison has 9. Park has 9. Haynes Lacey 5. And Briand 2. For the Mystics, Will Spalding's got 2 this half. Give him 27. And then a big drop off to Isaac Matheson at 10 and Ty Murnahan at 8. Certainly a little more balanced attack for the Mounties.
Yeah, the Mystics definitely need someone to join Spalding in scoring the ball regularly. They can't just rely on one source of points, especially not against this Mount A team. They seem that they found their footing after that first half. Ferguson back in.
Yeah, Ferguson is in for Ellison. Tried to report in here to me at the scorer's table. Get waved in by the official.
It's always nice when they make us feel important, though.
Yeah, I can't really help him get into the game a whole lot, but I'm glad he's letting me know he's coming in.
That's a
nice take and score there. That's Matheson, finishes. Briand for Monroe.
Fearon not giving him a chance.
Monroe. Miss on the three-point attempt.
Oh, he didn't see Spalding, didn't see McCarthy coming on his blind side there.
McCarthy
Minwoo
called
Park
out of bounds as he had made contact with the ball. Park in for Monroe. So it's Park, McCarthy, Briand, Ferguson, and Adunya for the Mounties. Matheson, Murnahan, Fearon, Spalding, and Smith for the Mystics.
And the man there, Murnahan, he's having a great game.
Yeah, make there by Murnahan to make it a three-point game, 65-62, Mount A. And Murnahan to the line. Murnahan, 10 points on the afternoon, 0 of 2 from the line thus far. To make there. Terrio Sands checks back in for the Mystics. The Mystics bring some pressure, a little trap on Park. He beats that easily. Won't bother the veteran Park a whole lot.
Good kick from Park.
For McCarthy. For
McCarthy
three.
makes it look easy.
There you see the beautiful pass from McCarthy, and he scores. Sands going to be called for the offensive foul. As he just bowled over Connor Brienne.
Up off their seats with that one.
That's the large part of the Mount A women's team there on the far side who are celebrating that one. Third foul on Sands. Interestingly enough, a Mount A win here would put them up against Stu. The women play Stu tomorrow. McCarthy going to have a blocking foul called. That's going to go on Will Spaulding. That's going to be Spaulding's third. So foul trouble mounting. And that is indeed bonus for the Mounties.
With 2.5 minutes left in this third period, that'll make things very interesting.
McCarthy with his 24th point of the game gives it a 6-point cushion. McCarthy makes them both. 7-point lead now for the Mounties. To the corner for Smith. Smith gets himself into trouble there, called for the travel. Good defense by Mount A to force that one. 2:14 to go.
Will Spaulding just grimacing as he touches his wrists. Looks like he might have hurt it when he fell.
McCarthy on
McCarthy to the rim. He is unstoppable.
Callahan for Spaulding.
Does he have a response?
Spaulding forced to pick it up by Park for Callahan. Callahan with the miss. Rebound McCarthy. McCarthy with the 9-point lead. Feeling it to the front court for Park. Let's see if we get Ferguson on the spin here. Yeah, the roll was there. Instead, they went to Adunia. 7 to shoot. McCarthy launches from deep. And it rattles through. Three-pointer for Noah McCarthy.
The lead is now up to 12.
Give him 30 on the game. What a quarter McCarthy is having.
Spaulding loses his footing but keeps it at the same time.
Inside for Sands. Sands gets some Mounties in the air.
Of contact.
And there is contact, as you say.
A tale of two halves so far, Bill. Mount A has come out flying in the second half.
Certainly, and I might have jumped the gun there on McCarthy a little bit. They might have already had the 3 on the board here online. It's only sitting at 27. Expecting 3 more to go up there. Mount Allison doubling up the Mystics here in this quarter, 26-13. Shot made there by Callahan.
McCarthy steps out in the last minute of this period. Let's see how MSV will respond to that.
Yeah,
as if they can capitalize.
10-point lead. Coach Chapman elects to put McCarthy on the bench here, the final minute of the quarter. Get him in a little extra break that we needed in the fourth quarter for sure. Ferguson underneath. He can't get it to go. Rebound Sands. For Colpitts. Colpitts gets downhill on Park off glass. Rebound Ferguson. Ferguson for Park. 35 to go in the quarter.
18 seconds between shot clock and game clock.
Ferguson for Park. Outside for Brienne. That's a three-pointer that goes down. The Mounties are having a quarter. Murnahan picked by Monroe. Monroe lays it in here as the quarter expires. Oh, pardon me, a couple seconds left. That shot is not going to count. What a quarter by Mount Allison. 29-15 in the third quarter for Mount A.
And that tips the scales in their favor.
They are up by 15, 80-65 over defending conference champion Mount St. Vincent Mystics. Bit of a pro-Mounties crowd here. Certainly they are into it. That's the women's team on the far side, leading scorers. McCarthy with 27, Spalding with 27. I think about those two individuals and what's coming up this evening is the conference banquet, or whatever you want to call it there, for the players, where they give out all the awards. I have to think that those two guys are in consideration for All-Stars. You know, I was a little thinking here at halftime, wrote down a few names. I think Spalding and McCarthy, Lavoie of the Tommies, probably one of Menzies and Thompson for Holland College, James French at Crandall.
Yeah.
I've already got 6 names. There's only 5 All-Stars. I did the same earlier with the women's game and quickly had a whole bunch of names. Wouldn't want to be picking them.
I think the first 3 that you just mentioned definitely will be there. I guarantee that.
Yeah, you have to think potentially McCarthy gets consideration for Player of the Year. Certainly the finish that Jeffrey Lavoie had for Stu gets him some consideration. Your coaches of the year, I kind of like the 2 that are leading the conference. Tough to argue with the season that Mount Allison's had and Coach Chase. And also, you know, on the men's side, it's either got to be Tim Kendrick of Holland College or John Hickey of Stu, in my view, at the very least. Little navel gazing. I'm sure we'll find that out this evening, and we'll be able to talk about it tomorrow in our broadcast. 1 quarter to go here in the last game of the quarterfinals. Again, the winner of this one will take on St. Thomas in the 5 o'clock men's semifinal tomorrow. Holland College and Crandall play at 7. All the action right here on ACAA TV. If you're tuning in, join in for Stu Women and Mount A at 1, and MSVU and Holland College at 3 on the women's side. Spalding with the miss, rebound to Brienne.
There's McCarthy.
Brienne for Adunia. Back for Brienne.
Oh, that's a really
Taken
good
away by Callahan. Callahan lays it up for 2. This game's going to get closer, I think, before it gets farther away. Be surprised if we finish at this one a more than 8 or 10 point differential. Adunia on the take.
MSVU need a stop. That's what they need right now.
Turnover there from Callahan. Adunia.
Oh, that's way off.
Thought he was feeling it, but it's Spalding on the drive. Spalding for 2, coast to coast. Spalding again down hard. Spalding slow to get up. Just now getting up at that far end, and Adunia takes a spill on the far end. Foul's going to go on Callahan.
Spalding feeling his knee after that fall.
Jonas Monroe checking his elbow there on the far side. On the line is Adunia. Adunia, 74% free throw shooter. Second leading scorer for the Mounties in this one, has 16. Probably 17 now with the made free throw. Looking for 18. He'll come out for Park if he makes this one. Park checks in. .15 Mount Allison lead. Murnahan for Colpitts. Jackson Smith. He's had a tough game, has Jackson Smith.
Yeah, he has.
He's one of the key players in this one. Smith, 1 for 5 from the field for only 4 points. Monroe.
Oh, McCarthy with another assist. Let's see what Spalding has in response.
Spalding makes
That's not
2.
a bad retort.
And then the midway ball is none other than number 13, Will Spalding.
MSVU need a stop. That's what they need. They need to make sure that Mount A don't score for the next few minutes. McCarthy.
Yeah, McCarthy makes
not,
three.
Not making it
Can't leave
any
him
easier
open.
for them. Is that dirty for McCarthy?
Yeah, McCarthy, a little celebration there. That's going to be a block on McCarthy. He's not going to think so, but he never thinks so when the foul's on Noah McCarthy. Miles Haynes-Lacey off the bench. A 19-point lead now for Mount Allison. Might have been a little wrong when I said I thought it was going to get closer before it got farther away.
Yeah.
It got farther away. 90-71, 90 points on the board still. 7:48 to go. This is a scoring outburst by the Mounties, and now it is McCarthy with his 30 points on the line.
I'm sure you can go through the record books, and there aren't many games in the ACAA where two players score 30 points in the same game on opposite sides.
Colpitts on the shot,
Sinks both.
converts. He will come out. McLean will come in.
Number 8, Leo McLean.
Pressure from the Mystics. They're going to have to bring it here the rest of the game, try to force some turnovers. They need defensive stops. They need takeaways and good points. Haynes-Lacey for Park. The Mounties can't afford to take their foot off the gas, but they can't afford to run good offense here now. Getting a good shot. Nice look inside from Ellison for Monroe.
And finishing off the play in the low post once again is number 6, Jonas Monroe.
Matheson for Spalding. Spalding, 3 points.
Falling 3 points.
And joining the triple once again, we have number 13, Will
Down on the court is Jackson Smith. Looks like an ankle injury. He's going to hop off. Might just be a cramp, not sure there. He hopped off on his own. Did put a little bit of weight down on that side as he hopped off.
Now Callahan back in for him. Open
Monroe.
And he's fouled on the 3-point shot.
Yeah, that's a closeout there by Ty Murnahan. Murnahan got in underneath the shooter. That will be 3 foul shots for Jonas Monroe.
Number 6, Jonas Monroe.
Don't have the stats broken down here by half or quarter, but Monroe certainly having a good second half here. It's his first attempt from the line. Make it 2 for 2. And a make here would give him 20 on the game. He makes all 3. Sorry, Jonas, I jinxed you there. Ellison with the takeaway on the driving Matheson.
They say Mystics ball.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. Ellison was the one who knocked it away on the uplift there.
Somebody's trying to get free. Guess who?
Spalding against Park. Spalding, nice
good
defense by Park. Stepping on the sideline was the Mystics player, McLean. 19-point Mounties lead. I didn't have this one in the scorebook.
No, I don't think anyone did
20-point
after,
game.
after the first half that we had. I don't think anybody saw this coming.
50-49.
What a second half effort from the Mountie.
At halftime.
Monroe, fade away isn't just short. It's a good kick.
For Callahan, he looks inside.
Oh, there's got to be contact
Murnahan
there.
is fouled. Going to go on Miles Haynes-Lacey. Haynes-Lacey, that's his first, I believe. Yes, first. Murnahan to the line. This is exactly the way the Mounties do not want to give points to the Mystics with the clock stopped. They're going to score. You want that clock running.
18-point game with 6:15 to go.
Haynes Lacey on the drive against Sands. Back for Ellison. Ellison for Park. Knocked away by Spalding. That was a pass intended for Monroe. Monroe for Park. Inside Ellison.
Oh, it doesn't make it though.
Oh, that's Park who collects the rebound.
Wasn't collected by Sands. Just trying to pick up Park. Park to the rim.
Park cracks down the loose ball on the rebound.
Spalding.
5 to shoot. Ellison step back three-pointer. Back rim, rebound Monroe. This is 3 or 4 attempts. Foul on Isaac Matheson as Ellison was cutting to the bucket. Timeout taken, Coach De Palma and the Mystics. 5:32 to go in this one.
Well, who would have guessed? We have an 18-point game here.
Yeah, it was the Mystics +1 at halftime. And then it was a 31-15 third quarter for Mount A. And right now it's a 14-8 fourth quarter for Mount A. Add that all up. Well, something there is not quite right. The online score does not match the in-house score. So those numbers I gave you are off just a little bit, I think. In-house, we've got 94-76. Online, it says 96-73. So a little something askew with the online stats. I'm sure they'll get that corrected as they work through here. That is often the case as the online stats. Just miss a keystroke somewhere, the points end up on the wrong side. Callahan, Matheson, Sands, Murnahan, and Spalding for the Mystics out of the timeout. Ellison on the line with Haynes Lacey, and Park, and Adunya. Ellison on the make. Give him a dozen now. Go along with 6 rebounds. Sands collects the carom. Spalding for 3. Oh, rebound. Sands picks it up. He's fouled. Manuel Duna picks up the foul. He had that ball initially. He lost the handle a little bit, and Sands very quick to jump in there. Sands on the catch for Spalding. Spalding gets free, 3-pointer front rim.
Oh, he didn't see him behind, but
Spalding's been coming up a little short here the last 2 shots. I wonder if the legs have gone a little bit on Spalding. He's been active, taking a lot of shots. Park on the drive. No good. Foul on Tim Ellison on the rebound. Push. Ellison's 3rd. Team's 4th. 4:50 to go here in the 4th quarter.
That makes things very interesting as we see McCarthy getting ready to enter the game.
Callahan for 3.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Yeah, he's got a nice looking stroke. Seen that a lot from Adam Callahan. He shoots it better than 50% from deep. You can see why there. What a beautiful looking shot. Adunya for Park. Adunya out of the corner, can't answer, but it's Ellison on the rebound. The Mounties reset. They're content here to run clock with the now 16-point lead. Called a travel on Minwoo Park. turns the ball over, and it's going to be timeout Mount Allison with 4:08 to play. Noah McCarthy back in for Manuel Adunya.
We'll give Mount A chance to just recollect in the huddle and try and see out this game as best as they can. On the other side, MSVU, I wonder what they're saying inside that huddle.
Well, if you're MSVU right now, you got to be coming with your best all-out pressure that you have. You have to try to get turnovers in the Mounties' backcourt, try to get some quick scores. Can't really take time now to run a whole lot of prolonged offense, at least. Have to think about getting quick strikes, but it all starts with stopping Mount A here. You're down by 16. You need some scores. Certainly we've seen in this league this year some pretty significant comebacks late in the game. Think about one that Mount Allison had in PEI against Pauling College.
And just a heads up as well, that is last call of the canteen for beer. So please, everyone, if you haven't already, go buy.
4:08 to play. Mystics inbound in their backcourt. Isaac Matheson. Matheson for Spalding for three. That's one good. Is nothing but net.
13-point game. But now this is where MSVU's defense has to really kick in.
Park for McCarthy. You can bet these two are going to have the ball in the hands a lot as this game winds down. Both good free throw shooters, both good ball handlers. There is McCarthy for the rolling Ellison. He is absolutely hammered on his way to the bucket. Sands and Murnahan. Cross body blocks from both of them. Ellison to the line. 1 for 2. Earlier, make it 2 for 3. And 3 for 4 on the game for Allison. Give him 14 points. That shot is a miss. Rebound, Allison.
Allison has been fantastic in this game. He's used his size perfectly.
8 rebounds for Allison. Sands, I believe, is going to foul out here on that one with the block. That will be Terrio Sands. Picking up his 5th. Park to the line. McLean is in. Terrio Sands, 4th year of eligibility out of the Bahamas. Not sure if this is the last we'll see of Sands here in the conference, or whether he's going to play the 5th year of eligibility or not. But if not, what a career Sands has had. Champion last year, trip to the Nationals, 10 points, 9 rebound averages this year. Great player, and certainly you look at nearly 4 assists a game for Sands when playing undersized against the other team's best player a lot of the time. Terrio, I've certainly enjoyed watching you play here the last few years that I've been involved with the Tommies program. Monroe on the inbound after the tie-up. For Briand, under 3 to play. Mounties by 16. Can go over 100 with a score here. Said the miss, Spalding through the hands of Isaac Matheson. You can't afford those right now if you're the Mystics. Here we see pressure. Minwoo Park to the front court. Fouled by Adam Callahan.
And that will send Park to the free throw line.
Park, 9 points, 7 of 8 from the line in this game. 4 rebounds, 5 assists for Park. Park, the leading assist getter in the game with those 5. Park makes them both. Not going to see a whole lot of emotion out of Minwoo Park. He's a pretty steady player, has been certainly throughout his high school career into university.
A great block.
Plays with great intensity, but he doesn't get too wound up on the court.
Spalding. Made that look too easy. McCarthy being hounded.
McCarthy.
That's a foul.
Yeah, hounded there for sure by Matheson. That's going to be a foul.
Shooting 2 shots from the line, it's number 5, Noah McCarthy.
Interesting there, Coach Chapman sending Minwoo Park to talk to Noah McCarthy. Just make sure you keep McCarthy under control. You want him available for tomorrow. McCarthy, I'll say a little bit more volatile than Park, which is saying how calm Park is. McCarthy wears the emotion on the shoulder. Spalding steps on the sideline. What a great game Will Spalding has had, 36 points thus far in this one. McCarthy with 32. Almost undoubtedly they're your 2 players of the game. Inbounded for Brienne. Ellison got the feet caught up there with Murnahan.
No call, no call?
Yeah, no call. I think Brienne could have just held on to that one. Didn't need to throw that pass.
Spalding being smart about not touching the ball before it reaches the end there.
Foul on Minwoo Park before the shot. It's not going to really matter because it's going to be the 5th team foul and be the bonus.
And Spalding just going to add to his tally for the day.
Spalding 5 for 6 from the line on the day. Make it 6 of 7. And 7 of 8. McCarthy kicks outside Brienne Monroe. Monroe for Ellison.
Who has the size advantage again?
Yeah, Ellison gets 2 more points. Tim Ellison, give him 16. So the tee-up video I did for this one here.
Oh, what a block from Ellison.
I said the Mounties had to get scoring support for McCarthy from Ellison and Monroe. Ellison has 16, Monroe has 19. Pretty much along the lines that I thought they would need to win this one. 1:22 to play. Park dribbles, lobs for Ellison. Gets a little too fancy there, does Minwoo Park.
And coming into the game for Malmö is number 3.
Park checks out Minwoo. Been fighting injury here at the end of the year. Comes out. Certainly looked like he left it all on the floor today. Callahan lets the ball roll over half before picking it up. That starts the clock. Quick shot, missed, rebound.
Good rebound.
Forward, back for Callahan. Callahan rimmed that one out. Ellison on the rebound, 1:05 to play. It's into the hands of Noah McCarthy. Surprised a bit, McCarthy is still in the game here. Brienne back for Monroe. Injury on Will Spalding.
Come out there a little bit gingerly. 38-point performance.
Well, Haynes Lacey will check in, and this will be for Noah McCarthy, as I just said. Surprised to see him still in the game.
Yeah. But
McCarthy gets a big hand here. What a game Noah has had. They're not playing for 2 or 3 weeks. Put up 32 points in this one. Key baskets for McCarthy. Rashawn Ferguson will get a chance here. The final minute if we get a stoppage. Monroe with the miss. Callahan, tough catch. Bit of a wall here in front of me right now. Can't really see. That one is put up and missed by Matheson. Briand knocked away by Callahan. Adunia picks it up in the back court. 22 seconds to go in the season for the defending champion, Mount St. Vincent University Mystics. Jonas Monroe dribbles out the shot clock. No shot taken there by Mount A. Rashawn Ferguson for Tim Ellison. Ellison should get a big hand here from the Mountie crowd as well, and he does.
He's been the catalyst of everything good that they've done today.
Ellison, a double-double, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Jonas Monroe comes out, and checking in 15, Gabe Powder. Powder's first appearance of the afternoon. Powder out of Almonte, Ontario in the Brockville Blazers program. So the ball into the hands of Adunia. And we're going to have a new champion on the ACAA men's side. 5-seed Mount Allison Mounties with the only upset of the quarterfinals. They take out 4-seed Mount St. Vincent University Mystics, 104-86. Brandon, the players of the game in this one should be pretty straightforward to pick, shouldn't they?
Oh yeah, I don't think there's any question. I mean, McCarthy and Spaulding really took over the games at different points. I mean, if I had to give it to someone other than the two of them, I think Ellison was absolutely magnificent today. I think without his 10 rebounds, without those 16 points, they don't make this game as one-sided as it looked in the end.
Yeah, for sure. Quick rundown here of the stat line. The Mounties, 33 of 70, 14 of 32 from deep. The Mystics, 30 of 64, 9 of 22. Mounties, 26 of 30 from the free throw line. They move on to the semifinals. They will take on St. Thomas tomorrow at 5. We have the same matchup tomorrow at 1 on the women's side. Women's other semifinal, MSVU and Holland College, goes at 3. And it'll be Holland and Crandall men going at 7 tomorrow in semifinal Saturday. We'll get the player of the game, and then we'll wrap up here. Will be Noah McCarthy undoubtedly with his 32 points, and Will Spaulding with his 38.
Was number 13, Will Spaulding.
And Spaulding limps over here. He left it all on the court. Great game from Spaulding. And listen to the cheer here when Noah McCarthy is announced.
Is number 5, Noah McCarthy.
The league's leading scorer.
Yeah, the league's leading scorer put up 32 in this one. So the semifinals are set, as previously mentioned. Brandon, any last thoughts on this one before we wrap it up?
Well, I think all the games we saw today were pretty, I don't want to say one-sided, but I think one team was clearly the better team at the end of the day. And hopefully tomorrow when we come back, we'll have some closer games and will just be as exciting as it was today.
Yeah, certainly this one went from a close game at half to a bit of a cushion for the Mounties at the end. We're going to wrap it up here, but come on back tomorrow, 1 o'clock. The women's semifinals start the action. For everyone here at St. Thomas, and for Brandon Salek, I'm Bill Gibson. Thanks to the fine folks at Aurora Productions for a great job today. They'll be back tomorrow, as will we, on the coverage here on ACAA TV. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Have a great Friday evening, and make sure you come on back tomorrow for the semifinals.